everybody, it's again a minute with Gaz, and today's subject we're looking at electric collars. Yes, electric collars, these things here. Now have a look at them. See that there? This is an electric collar, and this is the control of the electric collar. And there is a lot of fake news and a lot of people with different opinions about the electric collar, but I have used them for about the last 32 years, and they are magnificent, and they're also one of the most humane ways of training a dog if used correctly. And let's take for an example, if you didn't use a collar and you had an animal aggressive dog which aggressed behind the fence there, when you start yelling at that dog saying, come back here, get here, do this and do that, then what happens, the dog becomes vocally dominated by you and also can be scared of you because you're screaming and yelling at the dog. So the next thing that you have to look at is that if you put a collar on the dog there, the dog runs out to the fence and starts barking. I can give him a small pulse. He thinks, what was that? And then give him another pulse, and he comes running back and goes, hey, that dog did something to me. But he associates it with that dog, not with you, okay? And that's a good thing for the relationship between you and the dog. Now he thinks that if he aggresses that other dog, no, I don't like that, so I'm not going to do it. So then he stays away. So you can actually change the behavior very, very well. Now, if you choose not to use the electric collar because you think, oh, they're so cruel, they're not, by the way, but if you choose not to use one, and you decide to do it the politically correct way, and you ignore the dog when he aggresses a neighbour's dog, as it says in the positive dog training book, I've got it all here, or you decide to give it a Scooby snack and distract it, what is going to happen is that more than likely it is going to fail. And when it fails, and that what will happen is that that dog's aggression is still going to pick up. How many dogs is that dog going to attack before you can fix the problem? So what I think is more cruel is that all the dogs that have to suffer because of your animal aggressive dog, because you didn't want to use the electric collar, but you tried to do this call back and offering food treats and all the rest of it. So it is a bit of a problem there. So the collar does work really good. Now I just want to go through a couple of cases I've done, actually 4 of them, which I've done with electric collar, on how it's worked. Now case number 1, I know that welfare organisations, they just outright blank, no, you do not use the electric collar at all. But I was training one of the staff members because she tried all the positive motivation ways for her own dogs. So privately at her place, and that we fitted the dog up with electric collar. We fixed the food aggression problem, and now all her dogs can all live happily ever after. But before I got round there, everything failed and one of them had to go. So that was a good save there. So privately, even if they work for welfare organisations, they can use these ones, and there's not a problem there. I know several of them because I've trained them. Next one was a dog which killed chickens. It wiped out a chicken coop, and we fitted the dog with a collar, and we gave the dog a pulse when it showed any interest in the chicken. Then we gave it a smaller pulse when it just looked at the chicken, and within 1 session we had the dog walking around with that chicken, and that dog and the chicken lived together, with the chicken walking in the yard and the dog didn't do it. So we're able to change the behaviour. Another 2 from last week. One was a dog which always knocked off food off the table, and it knew it was doing wrong. It used to go into the room and wait till mum disappeared, and then bolt to the kitchen table and swipe the food off and run out the door. So she tried everything, could not fix a problem. So I hid with a collar, one of these, and when the dog saw that the owner was out of the room, I gave the dog a pulse when it put its paws on the table. As a result, 2 pulses, that dog has not touched food on the table again. And the last one was a beauty. This was a dog which is like a kid on red cordial, running up and down the yard, pulling plants out, picking up stones, picking up the plastic covers off the drain pipes. When the owner came out, the dog just ran around like crazy, wouldn't come anywhere near him. You could not catch the dog. The dog thought it was a big game. But the dog was perfect on lead. Dog did great on lead, but 0 control off the lead. So, with the help of Colin from the Dogs Line over in Western Australia, we got the canine educator, and as a result, I was able to do 1 training session on the dog. We stopped the dog from taking the plants out, we stopped the dog from picking up rocks, and we got the dog to come to us. And that is now a perfect dog for the owner, and the owner now just has to call the dog, and the dog comes running to her. So all these problems can be fixed very, very quickly with a collar and it just works beautifully. And you can turn the training session from say 10 sessions down to 1 session, and you're going to get results. And if you, as I say, if you decide not to use it, how many dogs are going to be attacked because of your dog? How much wildlife is going to be killed, koalas and different things, because of your dog? If you've got an animal aggressive dog, and all these animals die as a result of it, or gets attacked as a result of it, I think that is cruel. It can be fixed easily with this. If you refuse to use this and let that continue, I think that's a very, very silly mistake. And then the end result, what's going to happen? Your dog's going to have to get put down because you won't use a collar on it, and you can't fix it by using other methods. So a bit of food for thought. Collars are great. Don't be scared of them. They're absolutely brilliant. If you decide to use them, great. If you don't use them. But the electric collars, fantastic tool used correctly. And that's it. I hope that's shed a little bit more light on the collars. But anyway, I'm Gary Jackson. That's a minute with me, or 6 minutes. And I'll see you next time for the next episode. Bye for now.